This is N6RI, David Lopez, and I'm going to be setting this antenna up for 1.8 megahertz for a 160 meter transmission. So it's going to be a 160 meter antenna. And this is the complete antenna here. This part of the antenna. This is a counterpoise for the antenna. This is my antenna analyzer that I'll be using for setting up and getting it tuned up for 160 meters. And this is the cable that I'll be using to connect to my radio. Okay. So let me get this started. We'll start putting the antenna together. We'll put this on top first. You know it's going to be a little too high once I get up there, so I'm going to put these pieces together first so it won't be too high for me. I'm going to put this piece on. This is a coil that I can adjust to make my antenna a little bit longer, because what I'm using is a telescoping antenna, this piece here, and it could only get so long. So we can make it longer with this coil that's within, it's called a trap, RF trap. And we could tune it for 160 meters. So at the end, this antenna is going to be pretty big, pretty tall. And I'm setting it up now during the day. I'll be using it at night because that's when that 160 meters opens up. So I won't be using it right now, but I'll just be setting the antenna up right now. Get it ready for tonight. There we go. Kind of seems like I'm gonna need some guy wires. It's so high. You can kind of get a look at how big it is. Kind of leaning to one side. Kind of need some guy wires, I guess. Kind of hold it up. You can take a look here. Let me stand back. And you can see how high it goes up. Okay, so now we'll set up the counterpoise. This acts as another leg to the dipole antenna, and it has a few extra lengths for different bands, but right now we're only using it for 160, so I'll tune it for 160. Kind of act like a radio. A few radios for the antenna. I kind of spread them out like this. I guess it could act like a ground plane too. If I spread it out like that. I just lay them on the floor. Okay, and then we go on to the cable interface to my radio. And the connection for this antenna is at the bottom, right here. You get I might have to put some weight on this base so that it doesn't tip over with the wind, since I'm not using guy wires. I'll turn this on. Antenna analyzer. And we'll try to tune it for a 160. See, right now it's set for, looks like 6 meters. Okay. We want to get it to 1.8. There we go. 1.2. I'll try to get an 8 here. Just like that. That's a 1.825. That's about the operating frequency for 160 meters that I'll be at tonight. So I'll leave it here. Right now we got a pretty high viswire because it's not really tuned there. So you can kind of see the, I don't know if you could see it there. It's a pretty high viswire, greater than 9.1, so I'll try to tune that. And you can kind of see there, I changed the length by moving that point on the coil. It changes the location of the tuning frequency. So let me see if I can, yeah, you see, as I go up, it makes the antenna smaller. So I want to use the full length of the antenna. Maybe down here. And that kind of brings it in a little bit. See right here, the little dip. That's what I want to get right on the center. So I'll try to tune out the tuning coil up in the middle of the antenna. Try to get it maybe a little longer. You can see I brought it in a little closer, but I'd still need a little more length. I'm wondering if I'll be able to even get it to 160. It may not be long enough. And there you go. Looks like that's going to be the best I can do. I'll see if I can add another coil to it. If I can, might be able to get it. Look at my little toy box here. I think I have a coil, but this thread may not fit. So, yeah, I won't be able to use it. It doesn't match the threading. Otherwise I can add it here. Huh. I guess I'm gonna have to settle for 80 meters then for this antenna. And 6RI. I'll start again for the 80 meters. And 6RI. We're back. I'm gonna tune this for 80 meters, and I'm gonna tune it for 80 meters phone section, which is 3.6 to 4.0 megahertz, anywhere in that range. And I'm gonna operate at the higher band, or really at the lower end of that spectrum, which I'm choosing 3.7. And since this antenna analyzer is already tuned for 3.725, I'm going to leave it there, and we'll tune our radio to that frequency, and then we'll try to operate at that frequency. But I have to tune this antenna for that range first. So as you can see on the antenna analyzer, where we're at, we're still a little bit off here. So I'm going to try to bring it in, and when I touch it, it detunes it, but I'll let go and you kind of see it moving. I'm getting closer, and it looks like I'm right there. Okay, 3.725 megahertz. And you can see it's a sharp dip, so it's not very wide band. So what I'm doing is, at this point, I'm raising and lowering this part here. Just bring it down, and as I bring it down, it brings the operating frequency to a higher point, and I make it longer. I get more of this coil coverage, and I go down in the band. So all I did was move this part up and down to tune it, and we're tuned now for 80 meters and 6RI.